Councillors, members of the public and staff present in person and watching online this evening, welcome to the May 2026 Ordinary Meeting of Strathfield Council. This meeting will be conducted under the provisions of the Local Government Act 1993 and Council's adopted Code of Meeting Practice. Specifically, persons in the gallery are advised they may not record the proceedings of the meeting of a council or committee without the authority of the council or committee. Mobile phones must be turned to silent so as to not disrupt the meeting. Using mobile phones to record the meeting, whether audio or visual, is not permitted. This meeting is live streamed and a recording will be made available on Council's website to allow the community to follow Council's debates and decisions. Members of the public attending agree to have their image, voice and personal information, including name and address, recorded and publicly broadcast. Strathfield Council does not accept liability for any defamatory remarks or inappropriate comments that are made during the course of a meeting. Any part of the meeting that is held in closed session will not be streamed. Could all in the chambers please stand, if you're able, for the Mayor of Strathfield.
Meeting. Smell the pilot. Come out wherever you are. Go to the deputy mayor or?
Thank you. Resume the seat. The time being 6:32 p.m. I declare the ordinary council meeting of 26th of May 2026 open. Councillors, I would like to remind you of your obligations to faithfully and impartially carry out the functions, powers, authorities, and the discretions vested under the Local Government Act 1993 or any other act to the best of your ability and judgment, and as chair will call you to order should there be need to do so. I would now like to ask everyone who is able to stand for the moment of reflection. We pray that our deliberations today will be objective and the decisions are impartial and made for the benefit of the whole community. Let's begin by acknowledging the Wango people, the traditional custodians of the land on which this meeting is being held. We pay respect to elders past, present, and emerging. Thank you. You can now all resume your seats. An apology has been received from Councillor Pensavini, who has advised that she is unable online. Oh, yes. Oh, sorry. No process. Do we have to have motion to approve them? Audio video? That's coming. Okay, there's no apologies for tonight. Okay. Councillor Pensabini requested to attend the meeting by audio-visual link. Can I have...
I'll move it. Seconded.
Okay, moved by Councillor Reddy, seconded by Councillor Baladi. I put this motion to the vote. All those in favor, please put your hand up. Yeah, declare motion carried unanimously. Councillors, I will ask you to make any disclosure of interest for the members on the agenda. If you do have a disclosure, I request that you raise your hand, and when I call upon you, please stand and clearly state the item, the nature of the conflict, and what action you will take. Any councillor? Councillor Bemo?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, non-pecuniary, non-significant conflict on item 10.2, paying property purchases. I am a licensed real estate agent, but this there's no impact or nothing to do with my own business, but it is in relation to property purchases. So I believe it's non-pecuniary, non-significant. I'll stay in the room for that vote and that motion that I've put up. And the other one is, EO1, Stratford Land and Property Strategy. Same non-pecuniary, non-significant. It is in relation to property dealings of the council. I am a licensed real estate agent, but it has no implication on myself or my business. So I'll stay in the room and give my expertise on that matter. And then, the till 12.4. Non-security, non-significant, the Strategy and Policy Committee meeting minutes. Just in relation to one item, which I believe I've declared in there anyway, but I do work in the town centre, and it is talking about things to do with the town centre, but I will stay in the room for that vote as well.
Thank you, Councillor Bremo. Any other councillors? Councillor Kim?
I declare non-pecuniary and non-significant as chapter 10.7, home restore park improvement. I'm in motion, so I have to declare. I will leave.
7.2.
7.7. 10.7.
10.7.
10.7.
And 7.2 also. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Baladi?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I will declare for also 7.2, Merrill Minute 7.2, which relates to the Todd. I have a pecuniary and significant interest as I own property in the Todd, so I will leave the room as a result. And also thanks to the ultra-crepidarian advice of Councillor Pensabani at the last meeting, I will declare for 12.4, a non-pecuniary but significant interest as I have a sibling who lives in the affected area. As my interest is non-pecuniary but significant, I will leave the chamber when the item is being discussed.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Northworthy?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Items 7.2 and 10.7, both involving the Todd. Non-pecuniary, non-significant interest. I live quite close, but I do not own the property. I'm a renter.
Thank you, Councillor. Any other acknowledgement? No. Conflict of interest? If not, we
will you
go.
be staying in the room, Councillor Nosworthy? Will you be staying in the room for 7.2?
I will be, yes.
Yeah.
Did you write something?
I was at the committee meeting.
You didn't write anything.
Okay, councillors, the purpose of acknowledgement is to recognize the many great contributions that are made from and for our community. In that spirit, we should ensure that positive comments are provided for the public record. Councillors, does anyone have any acknowledgement that they wish to bring before the meeting? Councillor Reddy.
I would like to acknowledge Korean John Boksa Temple for celebrating Vikasa Festival. That's a birth, it was a celebration of Gautam Buddha's birth celebration, many of the dignitaries were there, and the temple has extended their invitation to the Strathfield Mayor, who was there, and myself was there, and they've treated us with utmost respect, and we had an opportunity to worship the God, and then they served us a nice lunch, and I would like to congratulate them on the festival.
Any other councillors? Councillor Northworthy?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I was lucky enough to be invited to the Sydney Shire's cricket tournament awards dinner. Strathfield Cricket play in that. They had 2 members of their first grade team in the merit selection team. But more importantly, Airy Park was voted upon by the umpires in that tournament as the 3rd best oval across Sydney out of about 30 that participate. So huge congratulations to our fields management team, our groundskeeper, for keeping Airy Park in such good condition, and long may it continue as one of the best grounds in Sydney.
Thank you, Councillor. All right, I got my ones. Okay, I would like to acknowledge the council event communications team. The team consistently deliver high quality, interesting, and interactive events for our community. Most recently, the event team facilitated and coordinated the Homebush Markets Trial on the 2nd of May 2026. This event was new and exciting, and I took forward to the continued trial event on 6th of June 2026 and after. The event team also planned, coordinated, and delivered the Homebush Vibes event on 16th of May 2026. Once again, the event was successful. It was great to see Homebush activated and filled with people on an autumn afternoon. The communication team has also been going above and beyond. They producing informative and interesting newsletters and communication to keep our residents informed about what is going on at the council. I have also been delighted to see the increase in social media posts and videos. A sincere and heartfelt thanks to everyone in the team. Thank you. Any other acknowledgements? If not, we go to the confirmation of the minute.
Seconded.
Thank you. Were moved by Councillor Reddy and seconded by Councillor Baladi. Councillor, does anyone wish to speak for or against the motion? If not, I declare I put the motion to the vote. All those in favour, please raise your hand. I declare motion was carried unanimously. Okay. Councillors, I have 2 mayoral minutes. The first one is the Homebush West Community Centre table tennis hire fees and the community access. The Homebush West Community Centre provides an important recreational and community facility for local residents and the community groups. Recent community interest in utilizing the table tennis facilities has highlighted an opportunity to establish a more accessible and appropriate fee structure specific to table tennis usage within the venue. There is an opportunity to further support community well-being and the social connection by providing a dedicated free access period for residents aged 55 plus. 55 years and over. Table tennis is recognized as a low-impact recreational activity that supports physical activity, social inclusion, and the positive mental health outcomes for older members of our community. I will move the can I have a seconder for this motion?
Seconded.
Okay, Councillor Reddy. councillors, does anyone wish to speak of for or against the motion? I now put the motion to the vote. All those in favour, please raise your hand. I declare motion carried unanimously. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, yeah, I just needed to know why you've made the, free table tennis at 55 and not 65? People are still working at the age of 55.
I think 55 is old enough already to be assessed.
Well, I'll put it to the council. Do we think we should change it from the age of 55 to 65?
It's more than twice my age.
Okay, Councillor Sandy.
I think 55 is okay because we don't want people to get really old and then they don't have energy, they won't be able to use
You're
it.
not old at 65,
Do you have a
councillor.
conflict, councillor?
I'll be eligible soon.
Yes.
So, it really doesn't make much difference, but it'll give a motivation to go and play rather than paying high fees in gym.
Thank you.
Let's be generous.
All right, councillors, I
I
now,
might just add, look, it's, as I quipped earlier, that is 55 is more than twice my age, but I'm sure Councillor Pensabene, once you do reach the age of 55, you'll be glad that we made this policy so that it's more quickly accessible to you.
Very, very funny, councillor Bellardi. Very funny.
all right, councillors, I now put the motion to the vote. All those in favour, please raise your hand. I declare motion carried unanimously. All right, 7.2. 7.2, I bring this one back as marrow minutes that I think, our council Novelty,
No, I said I'll stay.
you will stay, okay. I think the council, don't want to lose the big support from the state government. I think that's about $40 million, okay, and then we can put this money into our the top areas, to especially the top area is going to be more construction in the area, more developing in the area, so we can combine developing to complete our recreation and share the cycling way. The second things, I think I want to support the pay-to-pay the road. I don't want cycling way was stopped in the certain areas. Third things, I think I do bit of amendment, to cancel the section of 3, is it?
Project 3.
Yeah, and we don't have to, to focus on our energy to the pay-to-pay connections. Okay, councillors, can I have a seconder for this motion? Okay, seconded by Sandy. Ready? Anyone want to?
She's waving.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I didn't see you. I was watching you first next time, okay?
Is she speaking or?
Anyone want to speak for the motion?
Councillor Pensabene does.
Please. Yeah. Councillor?
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
go
you,
ahead.
Thank you, councillor. Yes, I'd like to congratulate you on this mayoral minute. I think it's actually a really good mayoral minute, and the changes that you've made to make it easier for people to vote on I think it's something that we can't give up. I mean, it'd be really difficult for me to give up $14 million to Canada Bay Council. And I do think it's something that we should vote on and make an agreement on tonight. Well done. Thanks, Councillor Chai.
Thank you, Councillor Pensabini. Any other? Yeah, Councillor
Just
Northwood.
quickly echo Councillor Pensabini's words. Obviously, thank you for putting the effort in and bringing this up. Again, it's a huge investment in our area. I think it's important that we, take all the investments we can that make it a better and more attractive area, more accessible for a huge number of new residents. Obviously, we're trying to provide more options for transport, and this is a great way to do it, nice, safe, off the streets, active transport route and links.
Thank you. Councillor.
Sorry, do you want to speak first?
Yeah.
Councillor Ray.
Thank you. I would like to support this motion because I've realized it's not only sub-bicycle lane, but it does improve the Strathfield Council's infrastructure, and it's a good addition to our council, so I'll be supporting this motion. And thank you for bringing it back.
Thank you. Councillor Bramall.
Yes. Yes, Mr. Mayor, I won't be supporting this. I didn't support it last time. I won't be supporting it again. It is a shame that as a mayor that you keep changing your mind on things and being influenced by other people, and just shows a bit of weakness as a mayor, so thank you.
I think I make the
Point of order. Point of order, Councillor.
Yeah.
Point of order.
What?
I think Councillor Blackmore should withdraw that comment.
I'll withdraw it, yes.
Thank you, Councillor. Thank you, Councillor Pensabini. I think, as a councillor, I make all the decisions just based on my personal desires. And I make the amendments. I think this is right, fit our council's needs. Okay. And now I will put this motion for the vote. All those in favour, please raise your hand. Councillor Northworthy, Councillor Sandy, Councillor Chai, and against, Councillor Pensabini, sorry. And against, Councillor Bramall. I declare motion carried. Okay, in accordance with the section 13 of Council's Code of Meeting Practice items can be dealt with by exception, and that they can be adopted as recommended by a single motion. Okay, I go one by one. The item 10.1.
Out.
Out, okay. 10.2. 10.3.
Out.
10.4.
Out.
10.5. 10.6.
10.5 out.
Out. 10.6. 10.7. Okay,
Out.
Out.
Oh, sorry.
That has to go out,
Yeah, it does, yeah, because people are leaving.
Okay,
Oh, can I just quickly jump in and also make the same declaration for that one regarding the Todd? That's a pecuniary and significant interest. I'll also leave the room for 10.7.
so actually this one is,
Yeah.
okay, LC1, LC2, LC3,
Out.
LC4, CCS1,
Out.
CCS2, CCS3, CCS4, CCS 5, CCS 6,
Out.
CCS 7, EO1, EO2, 12.1,
Out.
out,
Out.
12.2, 12.3, 12.4.
Out.
All right.
13.1.
It has to come out anyway.
Oh, that's a question, sorry.
That question's already
Can
done last month.
Mr. Mayor,
Okay.
sorry.
can I have move for the
Sorry, Mr.
motion?
Mayor, sorry, can I just take out, CCS 5, please?
CC,
Oh, it's already out, never mind. Well, no, it's not out.
No, it's not.
Please take it out.
huh?
Please take it out.
Take it out. Okay. All right, councillors. Number one, what? No. Can I move
So the
for the
first
motion?
one,
I'll move it.
Then you second it?
I'll move it.
You move it,
I'll
okay.
second it.
You second it, okay. Was moved by Brady, second by Sandy Reddy, okay. And now, okay. Oh, okay. Now I put the, motion to the vote. All those in favor, please raise your hand. I declare motion carried unanimously. Okay, now we go. Oh, okay.
10.1.
Okay, we got the,
Center, 10.1.
oh, we got one more item, is 13.1. Councillors, I note that the General Manager has provided a written response to Resolution 127/26, return and earned waste baskets, and that this concludes the matter.
Okay.
Is it? All right, we go back to the items one by one. Which one is out?
10.1.
10.1. Okay,
I'll second it.
Yes.
I move it.
What is the motion?
Councillor Reddy seconds it.
Yeah. Anyone want to speak for or against the motion? Councillor Barbie?
Yeah.
It's a bit
Yeah? You want to speak first? Yeah?
Yeah, it's my motion, councillor Chai.
Yeah, I know.
The Tamil seniors use the Bake Street Centre every Thursday, and they run out of space when they're playing their board games, and they're wanting to just use the space in the unused office off the hallway. And I'm asking for council's permission for them to use that space of a Thursday afternoon for 2 hours. And really, that's all the motion is.
Yes? Okay, thank you, Councillor. Councillor Barbie?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just have one amendment. I want to speak in favour of this, of course. I think it's great and fine. I just think we need to be careful with language. So just two little amendments that I think should take place. The first is just to do with the name of the organisation. It's the Tamil Senior Citizens Association, New South Wales Incorporated. So we should name them appropriately. And also, I just want to extend that this motion as it stands would just give one particular group usage of that office space, which I think is fine, but I think, you know, ultimately if you visit the Bay Street Community Centre, you'll notice, or I think it's actually called the Strathfield Community Centre, anyhow, you'll notice that that office space is hardly used, if at all, other than those who do just occupy it because it's essentially a free space. So I think the policy should be adjusted so that anyone who is renting the Red Mire room can use the room adjacent for their own usage. I think that should just be reflected. I don't think it's a big deal. It's hardly used. So I'll move just to amend as what I submitted earlier, which is to remove section 2 there and say that the Tamil Senior Citizens Association, New South Wales Inc. be permitted to use, comma, and any other local community groups who currently and local before community, comma, or in future, comma, use the Red Maya room, inappropriately spelled with an I rather than a Y for some reason, be permitted to use the office space at the Bate Street Community Centre at no additional cost as per their request. And I'll just ask the mover to accept.
Yeah. Councillor Pensabeni, do you accept the amendment?
I can't accept it until I hear from the council officers who, the whole reason why I had to put this motion up is that they were told to move out of that area because that office space was being used. So can I hear from the council officer who can help me decide whether I can accept that amendment, please?
Yeah, through the General Manager. Yeah.
Through you, Mr Mayor. So there are times where the office would be used. I don't have those freely available to me at the moment. A suggestion might be that if it's a policy position that it could be used if it was freely available, which they could check with the team. That way existing bookings wouldn't be impacted. Or if someone did want to book that space. Appreciating Councillor Pensabeni is focused on one group on a Thursday afternoon, which we have checked prior to this evening. But I would need time to go away and check it in detail to say if it was fully functional in the way that the amendment's been written.
Thank you. Yes, Councillor Barty.
I'm happy to adjust it to say when, if available, so just at the end, as per the request, comma, if available, for usage, I guess. It's becoming a little bit semantically clunky, but nonetheless, I think it achieves the same outcome. But I also just would comment that, visiting that space, it's a space that is almost always freely available. I mean, I don't know of existing, not that I should, but I don't know of existing hiring of that particular room. I would be very surprised if one group hired out just that little space. It's a tiny little room, so.
Councillor Pensabeni?
Yes, I'll accept the amendment on the grounds that the area is not being used.
Okay, thank you. Any other?
Second the amendment.
Okay. All right, councillors. Yes, Councillor Pensabeni?
I'm voting.
You're voting, okay. Okay, I now put the motion to the vote. All those in favor, please raise your hand. Declare motion carried unanimously. Okay, we are going to 10.3. Can I have a seconder for this one? Councillor
Removal?
That's the motion, yeah. Was moved by Councillor Bremo and seconded by Councillor Barati. Okay. Councillor Bremo, are you going to speak for the?
I'll just quickly, I'll move the motion as written. I think just looking at moving into the future with artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, it's amazing the things that it can do, but it's amazing the things that it can get wrong. So I just think it's important that we should probably look now in the future as to where do we need to have identification that artificial intelligence or ChatGPT is being used in preparation of reports that are presented to council, which we're making a informed and voting and trying to make an informed decision on, so that we can be aware of where the background information, where the information has come from.
Thank you, Councillor. Any other debate for this matter?
Without seeking to proselytise whatsoever in this sacred space, I would recommend that all those present today in the context of this motion read the Pope's recently released encyclical called Magnificat Humanae, which deals with the sort of potential evils and crimes that we could fall into as a result of artificial intelligence. So just commending that to the Chamber.
Thank you, Councillor.
Maybe the light reading.
All right, now for the motion to the vote. For those in favour, please raise your hand. I declare motion carried unanimously. All right, 10.4, can I have a seconder? Councillor Barati? Councillor Bremo, are you going to speak for your motion?
Which, sorry, 10.4.
10.4.
Oh, 10.4, yes. So this is just something that's been going on in this area for quite some time. The last probably work on naturalisation in the Cooks River was back possibly when former Councillor Starr was on council. Nothing's been done in this space, and Mr. Yatsen Lee happy to have all these walking tours and running things and along the tracks everywhere, but he hasn't taken any action in relation to any naturalisation here. Now, I do know I've had a couple of calls, he might have got his knickers in the knot a little bit, that I've put this motion up to council. He's saying that he's never made any commitment to this, and he hasn't. But I haven't actually said that he has made a commitment and he's failed to act on a commitment. So I'll be keeping the motion as it stands, and I'll be asking him and I'll be asking the opposition leader to make some sort of commitment to this area. While it looks like a dump, it's going to be treated like a dump, and something needs to be done in this space. And hopefully he'll accept our letter, and before March he will come out with some exciting news for Stratford Council.
Any other, Councillor Barati?
Yes, well, look, I second the motion. I'm happy to support. I'll declare a conflict of interest somewhat in that I was the opposing candidate to Mr. Yatsen Lee at the last state election. Nonetheless, I still endorse what's being said. I agree with Councillor Blackmore. I mean, despite all the politics behind the scenes to bring this one off the agenda, there's actually nothing here that's, against our state member. Jason, of course, has expressed support for the naturalisation of the Cooks River. We're just saying we're disappointed nothing's happened. What Councillor Blackmore is, and I'm supportive of that. I think, it was Jodie McKay, to be fair, who did make commitment after commitment for something to happen. Nothing ever happened. She ran. She didn't run, I should say, ironically. But look, I think it's just, Labor's obviously very scared at the moment in the context of the budget of not coming across as breaking further promises. So they're, careful to make sure this one doesn't come across like another broken promise. But one thing and the reason I wanted to speak is actually to do with one of the potential speakers from tonight. And I think we all sort of dodged a bullet, or I should say the Cooks River Alliance dodged a bullet by Mr. Jason Lekuya not speaking tonight. I mean, this is someone representing a Quango coming in tonight to talk about why he disagrees with this political statement. And I'm happy to be somewhat dismissive of this motion as somewhat political, but I just think it's outrageous that someone on behalf of the Cooks River Alliance is going to come in here and stand up for the local MP when this is a political statement. And as a Quango, we shouldn't really be kind of engaging with the Cooks River, or they shouldn't be engaging with us in that way. I think it would have been totally disgraceful and entirely out of line for that gentleman to have spoken tonight. Glad they didn't, and they probably saved themselves our funding for the next year, because I would have reacted pretty poorly if we had heard from them this evening. So just wanted to make that comment, and I think the Cooks River Alliance should stay out of the politics and try and do their job. And in fact, this motion is totally supportive of the efforts they are trying to make. They should not have come and,
Waiting for them.
Exactly. It's an attempt to bring them more cash. So I think they should really stick out of the politics on this one, and I encourage them to continue in that way.
All right, Councillor Northworthy.
Well, it's always great when Councillor Lai talks about promises, but we'll move on. As we have two representatives here that represent us on the Cooks River Alliance, I'd like to ask Councillor Kim or Councillor Reddy if you have any feedback on this topic from the Alliance.
So, as a chosen representative of this council to represent in Cooks River Alliance, since I've been there, it's been like almost 1.5 years. We have big plans. They have made a big plans. They have showed us big plans. Haven't seen anything really done. There were 2 paid employees. Now they've just few months back, they've employed another person, a project manager, a full-time employee, but haven't seen much. So that's the reason in my last council meeting, I've asked for an update from the Cooks River Alliance to update not only to me as the chair, but to all the councillors, so that we can make our decisions together for the benefit of our council.
Yes.
Just a follow-up question. Are you aware, Councillor Reddy, of any investments the Alliance is intending to make in the Strathfield area?
Yeah, Councillor Barty.
Thank you for that, Mr. Mayor. Look, just a question to Councillor Nosworthy. He seems so opposed to this for some reason. The statement simply says that we write to our state member expressing. I'm asking a question of the council.
Sit down.
I've made a point of order. I simply asked Councillor Reddy a question for an update. I'm not sure how that has suggested a for or against this motion.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Sorry, you haven't addressed the point of order.
Oh, okay. I think I'm going to say both of you, before I call you, you all stand up already. I gave both of you a point of order, okay? Thank you. Now, Councillor Barati.
Thank you. Look, I think Councillor Nosworthy has let us I'll let him make the presuppositions, but it's very clear that there's a stance on this matter, and that's just going off all the sort of calls that have happened behind the scenes. But I ask him, does he not feel disappointment that no work has been done to naturalise the Cooks River in the last few years, or is the implication that he's happy about its current situation?
I'll await the answer to my question previously. Are you aware of any? I'll repeat it. Are you aware of any projects?
I can start.
Yes.
Oh, can I answer?
Yeah, I asked a question a moment ago.
Yes, Councillor.
Yeah. So, Councillor Nosworthy, I've been to 2 meetings and attended 3 online meetings, and there were some plans on the paper when we discussed it, but I'm not really sure of the accurate developments in the Cooks River plan, and that's the main reason why I've asked them to come and update us.
Thank you, Councillor. I think I once worked.
Karen.
Oh, Karen, yeah. Councillor Pensabini, you want to?
Thank you, Councillor Chai. Could you just read the current motion, please? Because when I read it, it was very derogatory toward our MP, Jason Yatsenley. Could you read the motion, please?
You want me to read whole motion?
Yeah.
Could I just note, Mr. Mayor, that the title of the motion
Stand up.
Sorry. I thought I was going to be quick. I just note the title of the motion probably reflects the old version of it, whereas the wording they're about to read has perhaps changed, but the title...
Oh, right, yeah.
He's going to read anyway, but...
Okay.
Incorrect. There has a change. Yes, Mr. Mayor, through the chair, just to confirm that the motion before us has not been changed since I lodged it, just through the chair to GM or governance, or remember that this is the exact motion that was put in the business papers.
That's the motion that I read, and I thought was derogatory toward our MP.
Through you, Mr. Mayor, the motion that's before you reflects the one that was submitted by Councillor Blackmore.
Can someone read it, please?
Okay, I'll read it. Okay. Notice of motion submitted by Councillor Blackmore, and the subject is failure to act on naturalization of the Cooks River. I move that Council writes to the State Member for Strathfield, Mr. Jason Lee, expressing our disappointment that not a square centimetre of the Cooks River has been naturalized since his election in 2022. The second point writes to the Premier and the opposition leader requesting a commitment to fund and complete the naturalization of the Strathfield Council section of the Cooks River no later than December 2030. Rationale, the last section of the Cooks River that was naturalized in Strathfield Council was done over 25 years ago. Strathfield residents are sick of election promises and want action on this matter.
There it goes. So,
the rationale.
the election, you have to withdraw the election promise.
If I can speak, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah.
Look, there's no particular targeted person in the comment, in the rationale, election promises. There was an election promise by a former MP that something would be done, nothing's being done. Councillor Blackmore is totally within his right to make that comment, it doesn't need to be withdrawn.
Councillor Bellardi, how is it that you can
Just a point of
stand up and
order,
talk
just a point of order,
at
Mr.
any
Mayor.
time?
Just a point of order, Mr. Mayor. When I choose to stand up and speak, I put my hand up first and wait for the Mayor's permission. There's a different rule for Councillor Pensabene, who seems to not put her hand up when she speaks.
Thank you,
I
Councillor.
was speaking. I was speaking when you stood up.
I put my hand up and he said you can talk.
Allow him to speak. Okay. All right. Councillor Sweaty.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, so kind of an answer to the question I gave to Councillor already. My understanding there's two projects intended to be funded by the Cooks River Alliance. They're not specifically naturalisation. And I believe the reason for this is the complex nature of naturalisation. It's not entirely within their purview. They can't make unilateral decisions. Again, my understanding is Sydney Water is largely responsible and their funding is controlled by IPART, the I being independent. So it's not inherently a political decision. The last funding I'm aware of was by the federal government. I think Tony Burke announced it, whenever that was. So yeah, again, I think similar to Councillor Pensabene, take some issue with rationale. It's a complex process. It's mostly managed by Sydney Water, and to try and have a go at, a member that had nothing to do with it, putting, a member's name at one side and a broken promise at the other side is problematic for me, so I won't be voting for this.
Thank you.
I won't be supporting it either.
Okay, councillors, I once worked down with, along the Cook River together with our general manager. I think there is not very good condition. We need some work to be done. I don't mind to support this one to send a letter to the politicians in the state levels for more funding. All right, councillors?
I'll just quickly close on this as well. Yeah, look, I think it's just very clear. We want action taken on this. Nothing's been done, since I was a teenager, and I remember the stuff being done down at the back of Hedges Avenue. We want something done. There's been a number of commitments here. I haven't had a crack at him, just saying disappointed that he hasn't taken this up as a cause, but he has taken up some other things which I don't necessarily support. And I think, look, Councillor Pensabene, as I said to you, although I've registered as a candidate for the state election, doesn't mean that I will nominate. I'll make that decision later in the year. So don't get too upset. He's got quite a big margin. Bellardi might be there as well. I don't know. Like, there could be a couple of us there.
You told me you were going to run for Oakley. You told me you were going to run for Oakley.
We'll talk about that later, Councillor Pensabene. That was off the record. So I just think we should support it and just try to get a commitment out of our state members.
Can I ask a question?
These are closed.
I think that was
Could
acceptable.
Councillor Chai, Councillor Chai,
We closed already. The mover is closed already. Okay, no more debate. Okay, thank you. Okay, councillors, I have now put this motion for the vote. All those in favour, please raise your hand. Councillor Bradmore, Councillor Kim, Councillor Bellardi, Councillor Reddy, and Councillor Chai. Against? Councillor Northworthy and Councillor Pensabene. I declare motion carried. I think 10.5 is out as well, right?
Oh, yes, sorry, I wanted to speak on that one.
Hang on a second. Point of order. Can I have a seconder for this motion?
Second.
Councillor Reddy?
No, Councillor Bellardi seconded.
Oh, okay.
I'm the mover.
You move it, yeah, you move it, okay, so are you going to speak for your motion?
Not really, just, look, I move the motion as read. Councillors, I've discussed with a number of you what this is about, and, this is the form that the council is, happy for to come in to get a proper report. So let's see what comes back.
Thank you, Councillor Barty, you want to speak?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Look, I just wanted to extend what Councillor Blackmore is seeking to do here. To contextualise the issue, councillors will be contacted by residents. We then forward that information after discussion by email chain to the relevant staff. The relevant staff then CC 6 billion other people on this earth into that conversation, and then everyone finds out the original complainants and their issues and contact details, etc. So I think it's very important that we actually report on not only what we could do to better manage that process, but also we actually look back and say, hang on, who have we, inadvertently, to be fair, exposed or shared the details of. So I'd just like to add a second point as an amendment. That council, upon investigating privacy concerns, sorry, this is a second point, not a replacement of the first point. Identify any resident whose personal information or concerns may have been shared to other staff and councils, not the original, sorry, council laws, it should read, apologies, not councils, before the parentheses. Council laws, not the original attendance, yes, provide a formal apology, yes. So just to go back and say, look, we accidentally sent your contact details to everyone on this earth, and we'd just like to apologise for that, and we are seeking, through the first point here, to not do that in the future.
Thank you. Hang on a second. David, I think Councillor Baladi is the seconder for this motion. Okay, and Councillor Bremo?
As the mover, I would like some comment and advice on that. Whether that's something that we can do or if that's something that we would do, just to get a bit of advice on that quickly before I make a call to accept or reject that.
Yeah. Through you, Mr. Mayor, if an investigation were to take place, it would be handled in line with our privacy management plan, and that would necessitate letting people whose details or personal information had been disclosed make them aware of them. That's right.
Yeah, I think it's more like by doing this and identifying that we have done this, does that put council in a bad position? That's trying to, or
breach our own policy.
Yeah,
Through you, Mr. Mayor, we already have these obligations under the Privacy Management Act, so we're required to comply with it in any case.
Yes, Councillor Barty?
Thank you, through you, Mr. Mayor, to the General Manager for that. I guess my request here is that we actually abide by the policy that's in place to look back and say, well, where have we actually breached ourselves or breached our own policies?
Yes. Through you, Mr. Mayor, I think what would be useful if you've identified circumstances where you believe that it may have occurred, that would save officers a lot of time.
Thank you. TM? Okay.
Through the chair, to Councillor Blackmore, I'm just trying to understand, and for the amendment as well to Mr. Baladi, are we in particular looking into an event, or do we want to have a policy for the future events? What are we trying to achieve out of this motion? Because the wording might be clear, but my understanding, I couldn't understand. Are we asking the past reports, or are we asking for a policy to be established for future communications?
Yeah, I understand what Councillor, sorry, just with the, because I haven't accepted it yet, but just with this, I do understand what Councillor Baladi is, what you're trying to do, and I get that. But I don't think it's actually necessary. I think we have those things in place. I just don't want...
You accept his amendment, right?
No, I'm not accepting.
And I'll withdraw. So no need to...
Okay, Councillor Northworthy?
Yeah, I just have a question about the original wording.
Sorry, my question still stands the same for Councillor Blackmore. Is it something we are asking something happened to be investigated, Or are we trying to establish a new policy where the privacies of residents and the councillors and staff can be maintained? What is the aim of this motion? Are we trying to bring in a new policy, or are we investigating something old?
Look, it's not about it's not about dredging up the past. If things have happened, what it's about is basically, inadvertently, you never know, somebody has, if somebody's leaked information of who complained or something like that to another party who was in that email group. It's basically trying to stop that happening. So not identifying people in those email chains. Obviously, we have record keeping anyway, so I just think in that group of email things, the main reason for this was that within that group of chain that, a councillor who would put a complaint in on behalf of a resident or residents' details is not disclosed to everyone else in that group. For example, at the moment it says, I'll put a complaint in on behalf of a resident, and it comes back to the entire group, and it says, oh, thank you, Councillor Blackmore, like this. And then it could be a potential situation where maybe somebody accidentally said, oh, I don't know about that, Councillor Blackmore was the one who raised it, and then somebody approaches Councillor Blackmore and said, oh, why are you trying to cause me trouble? Or who complained to you? And you're in a predicament. So it's just trying to protect people. I think that it's great that residents care about the area and residents want to complain when illegal things are being done and trees are being chopped down and houses are getting demolished that shouldn't be demolished. So I don't want anything in place to stop anyone feeling comfortable to complain about illegal things that are happening in our council area.
I'm wondering, again, you mentioned there was a lot of back and forth about the wording, but I'm wondering after the word confidentiality, if we specify whose confidentiality, because my understanding was residents, but you've mentioned they're councillors, so both? So if after the word confidentiality,
Staff.
confidentiality of residents that are complaining and councillors that are processing those complaints.
And the staff too.
Councillors and staff?
No.
What answer that?
I think it's hard to put the staff processing because they're going to be an email. Yeah. I think we're overcomplicating.
Yeah, I think to agree.
Hang on, let me read.
I just don't accept it.
Originally I thought you meant just councillors, shareholders.
No, councillors, residents. Yeah.
Maybe take our staff.
I don't know about staff processing because they're doing their job.
Yes, Councillor
I
Party.
think that too, but
I agree with both what Councillor, you're just annoying me a little bit tonight, that's why. No, Councillor Nosworthy and Councillor Blackmore's remarks, I think they're both right. I do think that the semantic issue here is sort of, we're on the same page realistically about what the issue at hand is. When I see emails come through from Councillor Nosworthy sort of shoring up votes to knock you off next time, Mr. Mayor, in Homebush West, dealing with cats and whatnot, I think that, realistically that's a private matter for him to deal with, and I don't think it's necessary for all councillors to see the details of the complaint that he is in particular dealing with in his role as a councillor. So whilst it's okay to have a response broadly speaking on an area of interest to all councillors, to actually have the email chain going right back to the original complainer, which is not always the case but does sometimes happen, is unfair to the original person, to the councillor who's dealing with the issue, and also to the general residents who might now be fearful that their details are being shared. So I think I'm supportive, of course, as a seconder of Councillor Blackmore's motion, but also just I think dealing with Councillor Nosworthy's point, it's I think the word confidentiality is enough to include all the interested parties. It's a broad term, and we're using it broadly.
Thank you, Councillor Party.
so we're reverting back to what was there? Or?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
All right, I don't mind to have the report back, so
Yeah,
Back to the original.
unless you want to put it to the vote.
Councillor Blackmore, you accept that?
That's the original. So we've not accepted.
It cannot be open.
Councillor, I now put this one for the vote. All those in favour, please raise your hand. Councillor Bremo, I think
I think it's unanimous.
Not really sure.
just a report.
You think it's right?
I think it's okay to keep people's names out of your account, yeah. Privacy.
All right, hands up. Okay, Councillor Bremo, Councillor Northworthy, Councillor King, Councillor Barty, and Councillor Tsai. Against? Councillor Sandy? Ready? Okay, I declare motion carried.
Did you count Councillor Pennsylvania?
Okay.
Yeah, you counted me.
Oh,
She's talking.
so you support, right?
Yeah, I supported it.
Okay, thank you. Sabine, yeah, was there. Okay, 10.7.
When you move a motion, they're not being recorded. I move the motion, they're gone.
You don't come in?
Very strange.
It's strange, you know?
You move the motion, now you have to leave.
Yeah, I don't know what.
All right.
I made the motion.
Can I have a move?
Didn't you write the motion?
I move.
She's got a conflict.
Okay, Councillor Brem, huh?
I'll move.
You second it.
I'll move.
How can you write a motion and have
You
a
second,
conflict?
okay?
That's what I said.
And,
Moved by Councillor Bremo.
no,
Second.
put
Yeah.
it to the vote.
All right. Councillor, does anyone want to speak for or against this motion?
No.
Councillor Bremo, you want to speak? If not, I now put the motion to the vote. All those in favor?
Hold on, just a moment.
Councillor,
I think we're both reading over here. We're just making sure.
I think we should withdraw this motion because the mover isn't allowed to vote.
No, that's okay.
that's okay.
I think, just a quick amendment, take off point 3,
Okay.
take that off.
Councillor Bremo, you ready? Otherwise, I have, ask.
I just made an amendment,
Okay.
Mr. Mayor. I'm in action right now, so.
In action.
And then point 2, just put at the start of point 2, in front of there, as per the, hold 1 second. As per the TOD area contributions plan, we investigate opportunities for this. There we go.
Yeah, I accepted.
Thank you. Before we go ahead, I would like to, through the general manager, to get the, the director of the legal to respond to what the Councillor Pensami asked, whether this one can go ahead or not.
Through you, Mr Mayor, yes, it is possible for a councillor to put forward a motion where they have a conflict. What the Code of Meeting Practice requires, though, is where they are not present in the room to move that motion, that another councillor seek leave to move the motion. As I understand it, Councillor Reddy has done that, and you have granted that leave. As I understand it, Councillor Blackmore has seconded the motion, so it can be dealt with in the ordinary course.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Councillor Bremo, do you amend by yourself? Okay, now councillors, now put the motion to the vote. All those in favor, please raise your hand. I declare motion carried unanimously. Okay, we wait councillor to be back.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. That's what I think I've passed something that didn't do anything, so.
All right, we go to the LC3, Friendship City Policy. I will move the motion. Can I have a seconder for this motion? Seconded by Sandy Reddy. All right, anyone want to speak for this motion?
Who pulled this one?
Councillor Barty, you want to speak for that?
No, Mr. Mayor.
No?
Just few amendments.
I got few amendment, I think on page, which page? Page 72, the 1, 2, 3, the line 3. I think the providing a light meal and on alcohol. Here is no alcohol, is it?
We can.
Sorry, through you, Mr Mayor, are you referring to the provision in the policy?
Yeah.
Is that 6.5, a minimum expenditure will be?
Page 72.
It's in the report, not the, sorry, it's not in
No,
the
no,
report, it's in the description.
So yes, examples of on
In
what?
the report, no.
In the report,
Yes, so it would provide a light meal and non-alcoholic refreshments, so tea,
No.
coffee.
No.
There's a typo.
No, okay, okay,
No, that's a typo.
okay,
Oh, okay, apologies, in the policy it says.
okay, no, okay. Yep. For the friendship policy on page 79. Oh, no, okay, oh, yes. Yeah, okay, yeah, I found here already. On the, providing, from here is providing a nominal gift. Where a friend, for Friendship City visits.
Describe.
Okay.
You want me to do that?
What are you talking about?
So through you, Mr Mayor, I think what you're asking to be amended is on page 79 in the second paragraph and the second point that says providing a nominal gift where a Friendship City visits a council. You're wanting to change that to delete the words where a and replace it with the word for, FLR, and delete the word council.
Yeah. And for the point 6.7.
Do you have the amendment? 6.7, you have the amendment?
Yeah, for the first line, the Friendship City agreement will expire at the end of each term of council. I would like to change to will be
Reviewed.
at the start. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Will be reviewed at the start of each of each term.
Yeah.
After 2,000, that's cost
Beginning
nothing.
of each term. Okay.
I thought it was going to cost nothing.
That's fine. Okay. Any other councillors want to speak for or against this motion?
All good.
Okay. Now put the motion to the vote. All those in. Oh, didn't know you stand up already. I didn't know you stand up already.
I did, I'm up on my
His
fence.
hand up, he stood up, he did the whole thing.
Look, Mr Mayor, I know we've had a good look into this and we've had people coming and visiting us, but I actually have decided I don't think this is the core business of council and it is an unnecessarily expense, unnecessary waste of council resources. Review date 5 years, ridiculous. It's just, it's something that I don't think is going to bring any benefit to the council. I know you've had the Consul General of China here. I know you're trying to get some lanterns in Homebush West and you're pushing for the ping pong table tennis as well, but
Point of order.
putting a Friendship City in for
Point of order.
a vanity project, I'll let you speak.
Point of order.
Point order. I think what your comments is not related. Okay, not
Point of order, Mr Mayor. There's a point of order that's not been dealt with by Councillor Reddy.
I'm ruling already. Okay.
You don't know what it is.
You don't know what the answer to your...
He didn't say anything.
We're still waiting on Councillor Reddy.
Councillor already has the floor.
Oh.
Thank you, Mr Mayor.
I would like Councillor Blackmore to withdraw the personal comments which were made on the,
Which comment, Councillor Reddy?
about the Chinese ambassador coming, about the Lantern Festival. The policy, the Friendship
Point
City...
of order, Madam Deputy Mayor. The Consul General of China was here in the last meeting of council. We have put up a proposal to get lanterns in Homebush West
Through the
for
chair,
almost
I've raised the
$250,000.
point of order. I haven't finished
not
my
factual.
comments.
Councillor, point of order because I
The
didn't. You're speaking without my permission.
Yeah, through the chair, the policy itself is made not for China, not for particular country or particular
It's meant for
region of.
Fujian in China.
It's not. It is a council policy, and it will be amended. It will be applicable to anywhere in the world. Africa. Tomorrow we have. With Greenlands, we have a Friendship City, we will have it. So there is no geographical limitations and there is no need to call names and make relations with the places and the people who are right now present in the council. So I would like Councillor Blackmore to withdraw his comments about China and personal relations of Mayor.
Madam Deputy Mayor, I did not make any comment about China. I mentioned that the Consul General of China has visited the council. I was informed as well, if we want to go deeper into it, by councillors who attended the briefing by DFAT, that DFAT has concerns about, they don't have concerns about our sister city of Korea, but they do have concerns about political influence from China. So,
Just a point of order, Mr. Mayor. I think there might be confidential.
Get the director.
Yeah, sorry, through you, Mr Mayor, the contents of the briefing from DFAT were confidential and not discussed in open meeting.
look, I apologise,
I
I withdraw those comments.
Councillor, can you please sit down?
Somebody breached the confidentiality of that meeting. It wasn't me.
Yeah, Councillor Brent.
I just want to say that I'm in favour of adopting a broad policy, which this is, that doesn't deal with any particular Friendship City, but rather establishes a policy framework through which we can establish a Friendship City overseas. I think we have a wonderful local Chinese community, particularly in Flemington, from where the mayor hails. I think if we choose to adopt a Friendship City with somewhere like Fujian, which has been proposed previously in this chamber, this is a policy through which that is possible. We're not debating any relationship with Fujian China or any other place tonight. We're just talking about creating a policy through which that sort of relationship may be possible.
Thank you, Councillor. It may... And I have a few amendments.
Is that what you're doing?
Hmm?
You need to delete it as well.
Oh, okay.
Amendment?
So delete the first one and then take the second and third.
No.
hear me?
Yeah.
Because I can't hear you.
They're talking very quietly.
Nothing's being said.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Did you want to talk next?
No.
Can I ask, General Manager to explain?
Sorry, through you, Mr. Mayor. So to make the decision that you're deciding to make, you'll need to, the highlighted words, you'll need to decide on whether you're deleting those words. Because you need to determine whether you're adopting it or not. Because if you adopt it as is, you're not making a decision.
So,
If you're adopting the policy, you would delete the words that are highlighted.
Yeah, Councillor.
Mr. Mayor, can I just move that we delete the words that are highlighted in line with the GM's recommendation and we adopt the Friendship City? We move to vote on whether or not to accept that.
Thank you. Councillor Losworthy.
Yeah, just a question in terms of what Councillor Blighty said a bit earlier, that this is just, the council should question through the chair to the General Manager that this is just adopting the policy and not necessarily confirming a specific Friendship City at the moment.
Through you, Mr. Mayor. So, yes, you're correct. This is the adoption of the Friendship City policy. What this does then allow to happen is us to act further on the previous council resolution, which is to start the process to initiate a Friendship City arrangement with Nanaan. So that would involve a letter being written to them and formalising what those arrangements would be. And then we would also be notifying the Minister of that intent, and then we would be coming back to Council at a later date.
Thank you, General Manager. Okay, councillors, if no other further debate, I will put this motion to the vote. All those in favour, please raise your hand. Councillor ready? Okay, Councillor ready, Councillor Chai against? Councillor Bremo, Councillor Northworthy, Councillor King, Councillor Barati. I declare the motion was closed. Councillor Mensabini. Okay. We go to the LC 4. You are going to move it? We pick it up.
LC 4. Yes, just to move an amendment.
Seconder for this one. Councillor Bremo. Yes.
Thank you. Just to move an amendment to the terms of reference, which read, the quorum, just for context, the quorum was meant to be a majority of council laws, which is not always possible. I mean, that's very difficult. So there being a chair or deputy chair present, the meeting can go ahead. It's going to be a community reps heavy committee meeting. All councillors are encouraged to be there, but I think to cancel the meeting or not to have validity in the meeting if there's not a majority of councillors will be very tricky. So I think to have the quorum for a meeting of the committee, to change it so that it reads, the quorum for a committee meeting of the committee will be the chair or deputy chair and the majority of the council appointed community representatives. So as long as most of the community reps are there and at least one councillor who can act as chair, then we'll be fine. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other debate for this motion? If not, I put this motion to the vote. All those in favour, please raise your hand. I think motion carried unanimously. We are going to CCS1. Anyone pick this one out or move this motion?
CCS one.
Only one.
One. One is out. CCS one.
I'll move the motion. Can I have a seconder for this motion? Councillor Bardi? Okay, and anyone want to speak for the, or against the motion? All right, if,
I'm just going to vote against it. So.
all right, I now put the motion to the vote. All those in favour, please raise your hand. I declare motion carried.
I'll vote against it, Councillor.
Okay, Councillor Northworthy, Councillor King, Barry?
I think governance have captured it.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Only you against it?
Yes, Councillor Blackmore voting yes.
Councillor Barrymore against it?
Nothing.
Okay, CCS 5. I'll move the motion. Can I have a seconder for the CCS 5? Councillor Northworthy. Thank you. Anyone want to speak for the motion?
Yeah, I just had a question. I note in there, there's a mention of the Parramatta Road urban, I was just curious, question through the chair to the acting director, I believe, what further projects are planned under that program? Sorry.
I'd have to take that under advice.
No worries.
Any other debate for this motion, this report? No? I now put the motion to the vote. All those in favour, please raise your hand. I declare motion carried unanimously. We are going CCS 6. Can I have a seconder for this motion? Councillor Baradi?
Yeah.
Are you going to speak for that? Please.
I just have a question, Mr. Mayor, through the chair to the relevant staff. It's clear that Transit New South Wales had a debt from 2005 to 2011 because of, for whatever reason, with the council, and it was decided by the courts that that debt was no good and not deserving. Can we understand a little bit, and happy for it to go on notice and to receive more information, but can we understand why the court made the decision they did, and also, and more importantly, why council did chase that debt from 2011 when that process did begin, just to get a bit more of a contextualisation of the issue.
Yeah. Moneyman.
Mr. Mayor, so the court actually, I think the report incorrectly stated that the court decided against it, so council actually withdraw that case against New South Wales Rail Corp, and then agreed and signed a deed of settlement outside of court and agreed to pay $5,000 for out of costs to New South Wales Rail back in 2000.
Sorry, can you move toward the table, please?
2018 is okay, sorry. Just see me now?
Thank you. Thank you.
Speaker.
I can't hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. So the council actually withdrew the court case against New South Wales Rail Corp and agreed to settle outside of court for $5,000, and council had agreed and signed that deed back in 2018. And in relation to why council did not chase that debt in the past, I'm not aware, or I can probably take that on notice and get back to you. But as my understanding is that the council had, once it was decided that that area was not rateable. Council did not change that non-rateable in the system, and it was continuously accruing some of those interests. And there was also a debate on whether some of the businesses operating within that area were actually rateable or not, and that was actually contestable during that time. I think it was just so time-consuming that council did just, I'm not too clear on why council did not actually action that back in the time. Yep.
Thank you.
Sorry, can I, just a question, just to get a bit of understanding. So that, like 164,000, those funds, so has that, one, how does it, has that just been sitting on our books over those periods? How does that affect the budget? What's the benefit for getting rid of it? What's the benefit for keeping it there? Is that sort of...
So in those years in which those levies were actually being raised, they were recognised as revenue in those financial year. What the resolution seeks is, if council adopts this, this then becomes a bad debt expense in the 25-26 actual results. Councillor.
Through you, Mr. Mayor, I might just add to that. So the finance team have assessed the debt as unrecoverable, so that's why it's to be treated as a, that's why it's recommended to be treated as a write-off. Otherwise, if you don't write it off, you'll be carrying through a bad debt that's unrecoverable into another financial year. That'll probably then become subject to an audit matter that they would highlight in their management report.
Yeah, Councillor Pensapini, you want to?
Yes, does that stand also too for the write-off for the strikers, Homebush strikers for $27,000?
That's right, yes.
Yeah. Yes. He's the answer.
Can I just?
Yeah.
So, yeah, through you, Mr. Mayor, just to answer your question, Councillor Pensabudi, that's the same, the Homebush strikers. They're an entity that we're unable to locate anymore. So in terms of trying to recover the funds, there's no one to recover them from. If they do reappear, we'll certainly then bring the bill back out and ask them to pay it before they can make another booking.
And that's all been provided in the budget?
So what's been provided, Councillor?
Is that all?
All the write-offs?
Yeah, we will incorporate that into this year's actual results.
Budget.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Just for understanding, because, yeah, so, yeah, just like from the council's perspective, obviously these are sitting there, they've been sitting there for quite some time. Yeah, is this something that was just discovered, or is this something that, you know, is brought up, like, why is it brought up now to be resolved and it wasn't in the past? And is there other outstanding debts like this that we're aware of? That's...
As part of our continuous, our year-end process, what we're doing is now currently reviewing any aged debtors. What we're trying to do is now go back into the system and see some of the long outstanding debtors that we see are unrecoverable and propose them to council. At the moment, what we're doing as well as part of the year-end is going through some of the debts that possibly might become unrecoverable at that stage, and then try and do some action. As first is to try and chase the debtors up if we can, and if you're not, we'll come back to council with another report to try and write some of them off.
Yes, councillors, if no other debate, I'll put this motion to the vote. All those in favour, please raise your hand.
Just a question, point of order, Mr. Mayor. Is there a mover and seconder for this? There is. Okay, just confirm it.
Yeah, I move it. You second it. Okay. Okay, councillors. Councillor Grab, I declare motion carried unanimously. Okay, CCS 7. You move it. Okay, I can second it. Councillors, would you now like to speak for for the motion? Yeah, Councillor Barati.
Mr. Mayor, look, this is in response to a motion I initially put forward, so again, going to speak in favour of bill smoothing. We've seen it happen at Canada Bay and at Inner West. allegedly at Inner West, there are savings that have been made by the council with significant adoption. I think bill smoothing is a great thing for residents. It comes at a slight cost to us in our budget, but it's something that can be adopted by residents to ensure that they have, I guess that their budgeting habits are in line with most modern things. These days, your Spotify prescription, your gym membership, etc. These are things that you pay for at a weekly basis, a monthly basis, etc. Why can't council rates be the same? And I think, we already sort of offer this in a quasi sense, being our quarterly payment option. I think making it available at a weekly or fortnightly or a monthly level, as I articulated at a previous meeting, is a great thing for residents. I think it's something we should all be supportive of. Our neighbours are doing it. I think it's a good idea. And also council could potentially save money on the cost of the bills as well, because because it's direct debit, unlike for something like BPay, where council consumes the cost of the transaction, this is something that's sort of cost-free, essentially, relative to a different system like that. So, anyway, like I said, I'm supportive, and so I'll move just to amend that we do adopt this, rather than delaying it to a further budget, which the report suggests. So, and to be fair to council staff, this was originally planned for, but we, I guess I might say, inadvertently took it out at a previous meeting in the sort of context of broader debates over other things. So my amendment is that council identifies an appropriate funding source to adopt a bill smoothing solution for adoption as soon as is possible. And through the chair, if I could ask a question to the director.
Thank you, Councillor. Through you, Mr Mayor. So the recommendation speaks to council, as in councillors identifying where you would find that in the budget. So the team has put forward the budget for next financial year and written the paper based on a potential start date for next financial year, but it would be up to the council to identify the funding source to direct us in that regard.
Thank you. Yeah, if I could just ask, would it be appropriate, asking through the chair, for the same funding source that was originally allocated to continue? I know that we discussed it going towards capital works, murals, etc. If there was sort of wiggle room in that space to also cover something like this, could we see that as an option?
Through you, Mr Mayor, so that particular funding, which I'll reference as Project 1 Million, so everyone is on the same page. You'll recall some of that was moved for contingency due to the current state of fuel and ongoing costs associated with that. And there was a small surplus placed in the budget that is on exhibition at the moment. Councillors may like to consider that, but I don't know if you're considering that for other things. Those would be, the rest of that funding has gone to a contingency that will be needed by council to deal with the ongoing effects of fuel.
I'll just amend my amendment if I could. Well, I'll just move to then amend the amendment to say that council identifies, how would the director define that particular source? I'm interested in specific language.
I might hand over to the man who knows the details.
Through you, Mr Mayor, you could
get closer.
Through you, Mr Mayor, council could elect to fund the bill smoothing project through general funds in the 25-26 budget. Sorry, 6-27 budget.
General funds, yeah. If that could be
Mr Mayor. So it'd be through the surplus amount that's sitting there at the moment. Okay. So you'd be reducing that by the council then putting this as part of the budget.
Yeah, sorry. Through you, Mr Mayor, I think you just need to be aware that what you take away from what's left. So you've already previously passed a resolution that the funding that hasn't been allocated, right, which is 200 and something, be set aside for a future consideration to be used on public domain upgrades and mural projects. So you're going to reduce that funding that's available in the future. So I think we just need to make sure that councillors properly understand the decisions that they're making.
Yeah, understood. So just to clarify then, what we're calling a surplus has been allocated.
have, through a previous resolution, indicated your desire for that to be allocated in the future towards those projects, once we have more certainty around the fuel issue and the cost of fuel.
I'm comfortable then to say that council identified funding from the general fund. Yes. To adopt a bill smoothing solution for adoption as soon as possible. Maybe just comma, noting, just everyone's on the same page, that this may cause a reduction in funding for public works as previously allocated by councillors. Is that all good?
Too much.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we can accept the amendment. Okay, councillors, if no further debate, I now put the motion to the vote. All those in favour, you put your hands up. I declare motion carried unanimously. Okay,
I'll move it. No one.
seconded. Are you going to speak for the?
Land and property.
Should I make the amendment? I have a small amendment, that the council approves a message from the mayor to be in front of the general manager's message. So we want an additional message from the mayor to be added to the report, please.
So just to,
Just the second point, not the first one.
in addition to, oh, so that's fine.
Not the first one.
Yeah, just delete the first one, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, just a point of order, Mr. Mayor, I think we've accidentally deleted something that we, but I think the second half of the sentence, yeah.
He went to the bathroom. Is it okay, councillor?
Yeah, that's it. I'm okay with this amendment.
Just a comment on this.
Could you put the hand up? I haven't said yes.
I did.
I haven't said yes yet.
Oh, no worries, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, councillor Bremo.
No worries.
Extra spot for you.
Put you on laughing for.
Look, I actually think point 2 is completely irrelevant. This is a Stratford Land and Property Strategy document. This is going to be in place for a very, very long time. Mayors and councillors come and go, staff come and go. There actually should probably be no one's photo in this document. Do we then update it every time there's a new mayor? Do we update it if there's a new general manager? Do we update, there's no one, I don't think anyone else is in there, but, to me, it doesn't make sense that a strategy document would have people's photos in it. That's, it's then going to become a redundant document in the future when there's a different mayor or there's a different GM. So it doesn't make sense. It's a strategy document. It's not a CSP or an annual report. It's a bit ridiculous.
Thank you, councillors. Thank you for your comment. And
I'm voting against it.
I will now
Because of that.
put this motion for the vote. All those in favour, please put your hands up. Councillor Pensabini, Councillor Northworthy, Councillor King, Councillor Barati, Councillor Reddy, and Councillor Tsai against.
I'm against because of point 2.
Councillor Bramble. I declare motion carried.
No, no.
Okay, we go to the
Document in October.
12.1, report from the local transport forum, meeting on 14th of April 2000. Can I have seconder? Is seconded? Okay. Thank you. Are you going to speak for, who picked this one
That
up?
was me. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, just highlighting the refuge island on Arthur Street. There's been some discussion, obviously, in that meeting about the safety issues and the number of school students. I believe this came up when we were looking at the WIGSIG, the Western Sydney Investment Grant Program. And there was, I think it was in a workshop, it was talk about, oh, should we spend X amount of money on road safety or should we spend it on more in the park? I think Councillor Reddy spoke especially strongly for keeping in the park. Unfortunately, now we're, I guess, having to fund this out of our own money rather than from the New South Wales grant funding. So just highlighting the mistake we made early in this term to not include these kind of safety and road access provisions when we got the funding for the park next door, which was offered to us. So I'm glad we're looking at it now. Hopefully we can fund it sooner rather than later because it does appear to be a significant safety issue. But I remind councillors that road safety is perhaps important, as we see now, and the decision about a year ago was made in error.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Prem.
I've just got a question. Just while we're looking at the minutes, I've noticed these minutes coming through, and I haven't really been able to attend the meeting. But I just wanted just a question through the chair. Do we? I know we had I think someone either left or whatever happened. Do we have a? I haven't seen a road safety officer's name in this document. Do we have a road safety officer?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, there is a road safety officer position, but it's currently vacant.
Okay. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, just a random side point. I've noticed in a couple of places, especially in West Council, for whatever reason, that the green paint that goes over the shared path crossing seems to wear out quite quickly.
The cycling one. You mean the cycling way?
The second.
Cycle.
Yeah, so there's the red and white, and then there's the green section. Like there's one over Pomeroy Avenue, I think it is, and ones that have been installed in the last year, 2, 3 in West have degraded quite quickly. So I just have concerns about that green paint and whether it's the best option because it seems to look pretty ratty pretty quickly. So just an observation I made reading the committee minutes.
Councillor Barney.
Fortunately, unlike the inner west, our people drive cars, so nothing to worry about.
No, I think it's the cars that wear it out. It's just the paint isn't very good.
All right. All right, now put the motion to the vote. All those in favour, please raise your hand. Councillors, I declare motion carried unanimously. Okay, we go to 12.4. That will be the last one, okay? I'll move the motion. Can I have the second? Thank you. Anyone want to speak for this motion? Who picked this one up?
I don't know. So I do have a question. I do have a question.
Okay.
Obviously, there's been some conversation around parking in the town centre master plan. I guess my question is, with Strathfield Plaza, previously council has made an agreement for a certain amount of parking spaces. The concern, I think, raised by Councillor Blackmore was if that was redeveloped, we would lose that assignment. Is there a means to assign again under a new DA? I guess probably it's a state significant development. But the question is, are we able to reassign a certain amount of parking to a redeveloped plaza lot?
Through you, Mr. Mayor. Councillors, the next session that we will bring into you will be on the planning framework. Yes, we are looking at that. The planning framework will identify incentives for key sites across the centre. One area we are looking at is the provision of public parking on some of those key sites.
Any other debate for this?
Yep.
Yeah, Councillor Bremo.
Yes, I can talk, yes. Just want to just make an amendment, if I can add a point 3.
Point 3,
Sorry, point 3.
the council.
Yeah.
Recommendation.
So point 3 on the actual, the start of the recommendation. Oh, sorry, yeah, okay. I understand, I get what you're doing.
Is that the right spot?
Yeah, I get what he's saying. No further action be taken in relation to.
So you don't have.
To SPC 18/26. Item CCS1, next steps for the Home Bushes Trafford boundary change.
I second that.
Do I have to remove 1 and 2 though?
Sorry, this one. Sorry, I'm just, David, sorry, this SPC 18/26, and then after that is basically just the heading on the number E. And delete that, except for the structural boundary change, I didn't say. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, look, we had talked with a lot of councillors, and this has been a bit botched all over the place, so I think we're going to go back to the drawing board, and councillors will have a chat together and possibly bring something back to council sometime in the future, possibly this term, possibly later, and that we take no action on that item as moving forward.
General Manager, can I have the governance to answer the question?
Yes, Mr Mayor, so in terms of whether that's the correct manner to achieve that recommendation, it can be by amending point E or by putting point 3 in, either one achieves the same.
So replace
Yeah.
point E with point 3?
Yeah, amend point E. Yep.
Okay, we'll do that if that's probably a bit better, I think. Yeah. Thank you. So we'll delete the, replace E with 3, yeah? Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That amendment's accepted.
You happy with that, councillors?
I believe Councillor Pensabini has.
Councillor Pensabini, are you going to speak?
I didn't actually quite hear. It's starting to fade in and out. There must be a lot of people on computers in my building.
It's the weather.
I didn't quite hear what Councillor Blackmore was changing. Is that about the boundary change, Councillor?
Yes, Councillor Pensabini, no further action. Thank you.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Is Kai ready? Is accepted?
Yeah.
Yeah, we accept already, yeah. Okay, councillors, I'll now put the motion to the vote. All those in favour, please raise your hand. Councillor. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, I declare motion carried unanimously.
Councillor Bellardi.
Councillors, does anyone have a matter of urgency that they wish to bring before the meeting? Councillor Bramall? Can you?
All right. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have two urgency motions. The first is just relating to Homebush Markets. It's been a test run, as we decided to do. We had 4 tests that we agreed we would do. After the first one, there's been a lot of feedback from the shopkeepers at Homebush, Rochester Street, that despite it being a night market, the street was closed from 9 a.m. Saturday is their busiest day. The street was closed quite early in the morning. It was very difficult for them to operate. All of them reported that, many people complained that they couldn't park. They reportedly had fewer people visiting. Foot traffic obviously is what drives our local businesses in Rochester, but, as we have discussed parking so many times here, we're all aware that parking is vital to those businesses staying alive. So shutting down their potential clientele for the whole day on a Saturday for the sake of a night market is pretty unjust. This is a trial, so as the trial continues, we should sort of adjust things to make sure we are accommodating those concerns. I'm still very passionate about having markets in Homebush, but just in response to the reaction from local businesses, I think we should adjust how we're doing things. The next planned one in a few weeks' time is meant to be a day market, so certainly will breach their concern there. So my urgency motion will just ask us to delay it for a period of for 2 months, just to give us time to negotiate with vendors, the sponsors, the company that we've engaged to run it for us, to look at some adjustments to the plan, so that at the very least, if they are going to close down a place like Rochester, it's only done after 5 p.m. So that might mean just doing 3 more night markets, which I think would be fine. Alternatively, to look at other locations, and I'll read them out. So the motion is that council immediately delays hosting Homebush Markets trial program for at least 2 months. It should say hosting the Homebush Markets. There's just a typo there. Works with vendors and sponsors to amend the current plan, such as that businesses are not disadvantaged by the closure of roads before 4 p.m. on Saturdays, in which case the market can continue to occur in Rochester Street. So if we can come up with a way that we only have to close the road by 4 p.m, I think that's a great compromise. If not, we can look at other options, being the Crescent from Rochester towards the station entrance, basically. That's actually quite a large distance that probably does have enough space. Hudson Park near Mitchell Road, or Homebush West Car Park in the worst case scenario, because at that point we're leaving Homebush. And in the event that an agreement cannot be reached with the vendor on the matters above, that council terminate the agreement. I only add that clause from on the advice of staff to say that that's sort of contractually needed based on our agreement with them. So just put that motion. It is urgent. I know technically I'm supposed to be arguing for urgency in this moment, but nonetheless, I will say that it is urgent because the next one is only in a few weeks, and by the time the last one occurred, there wasn't enough time to sort of...
Are you going to include the next week's one or not?
Yes, so this is for the next few of them, yes.
Next week, you would cancel the next week one?
The one that's in 2 weeks. Yeah.
Next week?
Well, sorry, it's in about 10 days' time, yes, correct. The 6th of June, I think.
All right, Councillor. All right, Councillor, I have considered the matter and accept that it is a matter of urgency. As such, I move the motion proposed by Councillor Brady, to be considered by council as a matter of urgency because, the market day getting closer. And can I have a seconder?
I'll second it.
Yeah, thank you. I now put the motion to the vote. All those in favour? You want to...
No, there's just a concern here, I think.
No, we're not doing that.
No.
You said it out loud.
We're doing the matter of urgency first.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. You want to...
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Did you vote on the matter of urgency?
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, okay.
Hang on a second. Okay.
You move in a second, you got to vote.
Okay, can I...
Oh, we've got to vote that it's urgent.
Now... Okay, I now put this motion for you to vote whether it's urgency or not.
Who moved and seconded it?
JP moved it, I seconded.
Yeah, yeah.
Thanks, Mr Mayor. Yeah, you vote on the matter as being urgent first before you get a mover for the motion. So if we do that part first, then you can.
And then have it. Okay, thank you.
It's not urgent.
All right, we decided whether this one is urgent or not. Okay, now I put this one for your vote. All those, accept it, please put your hands up. Councillor Northworthy, Councillor Kim, Councillor Northworthy, Councillor Pensabini, and Councillor Baladi, Councillor Reddy, and Councillor Chai. Against Councillor Bradmore, I declare the motion carried. Okay, now can I have the mover?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Councillor Reddy. Okay, I now.
Yeah, I go.
What JP read out isn't what's on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, David.
If I could just, make that adjustment, sorry, that's.
Okay.
Just to deal with that matter first, just at part C, it's a 3, I guess, but it doesn't, I think it should be B3, it's the third banana. Possible, yes. Yes, perfect.
Oh, there we go. Kind of hate words.
We'll get there, but under point taken, yep, thank you.
Yeah, my only issue is immediately delaying. I think probably keeping the 6th of June is sensible. Obviously, the advertising's already out. They're busy on Facebook marketing it for us or with us.
Do you want to change the last one?
The councillor speaking.
Okay.
Sorry.
So I think point A, I take issue with immediately delays. I think we should reconsider after this very next one, and whether we want it to be a day market or move it or whatnot. But I think on such short notice, it's problematic for people who are wanting to attend and been, accessing the marketing material thus far.
Okay. Councillor Pensabini, are you going to speak? We can't hear you.
That's our fault.
We lost your voice.
Oh, she's on mute. I thought you did.
I agree with Councillor Nosworthy. Cancelling the 6th of June would be, I think, a real hassle for the team organising it, because it's now advertised, as Councillor said. To postpone it after that, I think is more of a viable act, but I think the 6th of June needs to go ahead.
Yeah, Councillor Baladi.
I would be open to that if we could adjust the 6th of June to being a night market and for the street to not close prior to, if possible, on the basis that the vendor agrees. If they don't agree, then we delay. The difficulty is we have an agreement in place, and we're seeking their support to make these changes. I think it's a lot cleaner if we just shift it, come up with a new approach, and we have the time to do that with a 2-month delay. After that period, revisit. If we are going to insist on going ahead with June 6th, what was put to me by vendors, or by not vendors, by local shopkeepers is, well, this is great. There's all these, I run a cafe. There's all these people selling coffee right in front of where I'm paying council, rates and outdoor dining fees. And council's now here. Someone else is now competing with me on, they're not paying council rates. Does council reimburse me for the loss of one of my busiest days, one of my 52 busy days? Saturday is by far the biggest trading day for some of these businesses. They rely on the weekend trade, and because of the way we've done this we didn't really note that. So, if councillors are willing to vote to also provide financial support to businesses, if we go ahead with the 6th, I'd be open to it. Or we shut down the street later in the day. I think it's just an awkward situation. We're better off just delaying things rather than further punishing businesses who are very upset about our first attempt.
Thank you. Councillor Pensabini, are you going to speak for that?
Yeah, I just want to ask a question. I know this hasn't cost council any money to have these night markets or these day markets, So I can't see the problem in just having another trial of a day market to see how it goes, and we'll keep the 6th of June as a day market. And then we'll renegotiate then with the vendors after that. It's just going to be very hard to actually cancel the whole 6th of June. I think it's a bit tough to think that they've got a slot on the 6th of June and then we say, no, it's not happening.
Thank you, Councillor.
I'm happy to amend the motion to say, and this might take a moment. Let's read here. That's awkward. Maybe just add a further point. That council only implement the aforementioned delay 1 hour in a situation whereby the vendor and sponsors cannot agree to shift the scheduled 6th of June day market into a night market where Rochester Street, actually just pausing for a second, part of the proposal is to look at potentially doing it from the Crescent to Rochester, from Rochester Street towards Homebush Road. Maybe we suggest that as a shift for that night market, where
Sorry, can you say again?
so just shifting it in the same, too complicated, don't worry about it. Into a night market, Rochester Street is closed no earlier than 4 p.m.
No, 4 is finished, 12. They can't come back.
I'd say 2 p.m.
Bump in and
2
bump
p.m.
out.
Councillor.
That's 3 p.m. but
4 p.m. is quite,
2 or 12.
let's say 3 p.m. as a compromise. They're not meant to open in the night markets until sort of 5 or 6.
It'll get dark. They need to set up.
Yeah. 3 p.m. a few hours between 2. Okay, everyone goes to 2. Let's say 2.
more positive cafes, councillor.
Is it possible?
Sorry.
Get a more positive cafes where the owners don't.
These vendors are costing them money if they're not set up as well, you know.
Alright, so we'll just take advice on that if we can, if possible.
2 o'clock might be doable, but we've got to do some logistical conversations with the contractors at the moment. So we provided the barriers, the barricades and the other setups. They done the traffic control and all the other road plans. So we'd have to talk to them. We can do it. I don't know whether they can do it and the markets can set up in time. So we'd have to get that confirmed from them. Our part of it is doable.
Yeah, alright. So just to confirm, Mr. Mayor, so we're saying that we're going to go ahead on the 6th, but we're going to ask for it to be a night market with the street closed no earlier than 2 p.m. If that can't happen and we can't get agreement on that shift, we then delay for 2 minutes to revisit what's possible. Alright, happy with that?
No, I won't vote for that.
Okay.
Because it's costing the vendors money if they're not having a day market.
Okay, business is money too. Just for comment through the chair, the way that the setup was done in the night markets with the road closures, I thought was great. In comparison to the Homebush Vibes barricades, which I got a lot of comments from local residents that said that we look like we're preparing for a terrorist attack. So I think the aesthetics of the road closure should be more to suit the original Homebush Markets closure, not what happened at the Homebush Vibes. Just a comment.
Thank you, Councillor. If no other debate, I'll put this motion to the vote. For those in favour, please raise your hand. Councillor Bremo, Councillor King, Councillor Varadi, Councillor Reddy. Councillor Chai, yeah, and against? Councillor Sabini, Councillor Noteworthy, and Councillor Bremo? Oh, okay. All right. I declare the motion was carried. Okay, there's no confidential matters on this agenda, and there be no further business. I declare the meeting closed. The time being 8:36.